Good afternoon, everyone. This is the time that we are going to spend to meditate on loving kindness and meditate on breathing. At the beginning, we are going to practice meditation on loving kindness. In this meditation, we are going to invite wholesome thoughts to our mind. Normally, in our minds, various types of thoughts are occurring randomly, but here we purposefully invite wholesome thoughts to our mind to grow. In our mind, there are wholesome thoughts like seeds, but in our day to day life, we don't have much time to water them. So, this is a good opportunity to water the seeds of wholesomeness in our mind. So, rejoice this opportunity that you had in your life. This is a conducive environment. You are in a peaceful and calm environment. This is a wholesome place to generate wholesome thoughts. While rejoicing the decision that you made to come here and practice meditation, and adjust your body into meditative posture, making a determination. Your determination is that I'm going to engage in this wholesome gathering. I'm going to make use of this guidance in wholeheartedly. With that determination, listen to the sound of the bell and chanting. The sound of the bell and chanting will help you to gather your attention to this present moment. So keep your upper body upright. Chin is somewhat parallel to the earth. Both palms are resting on your lap. Thumbs are touching each other. Your eyes are gently closed. You are trying to keep your body in motionless posture. This is your meditative posture. With this meditative posture, keep listening and try to be with the sound of the bell and chanting. संसार सालोग विनीत निसं संनीत सातं सुचि सारथि संग संधीर खं सुन तन्मूपला संलाप देसिं पान में भिक्षा Observe your body from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. You have kept your upper body upright. Chin is parallel to the earth. Both palms are resting on your lap. Your eyes are gently closed. With this meditative posture, relax your body. Feel your head, forehead, facial muscles, and relax your body. Feel your neck area, both shoulders, upper arms, lower arms, palms, fingers, fingertips, and relax your body. Feel your chest muscles, belly muscles, back muscles, hip area, and relax your body. Feel your thigh muscles, knees, lower legs, feet, soles of your feet, tips of your toes, and relax your body. Take a little long in breath through your nostrils and slowly release the air and feel the relaxation of your body. Again, take a little long in breath and slowly release the air and relax your body. Relax your body. Come to the natural breath. Now you have a relaxed body. Your relaxed body, just like a sleeping body. With this relaxed body, observe your mind. In your mind, what is happening right now? There may be memories, pleasant thoughts, unpleasant thoughts, neutral thoughts, whatever thoughts there are, just observe. You are not going to develop them, you are just observing. Did you notice thoughts are popping up? Various types of thoughts are occurring continuously. That is the nature of our mind. Now, we are going to invite wholesome thoughts to our mind instead of these random thoughts. Our wholesome thought is loving kindness. Loving kindness, what a beautiful thought it is. Loving kindness is the willingness to wish well being for other beings. Loving kindness is the immeasurable love to the whole world, to the all beings. To understand the feeling of loving kindness, you can visualize a little baby is sitting in front of you with a nice smile. Or you can visualize a beautiful flower is in front of you. How do you feel when a little baby is in front of you with a nice smile? When a beautiful flower is in front of you? That is the feeling of loving kindness. With this feeling, let us generate loving kindness thoughts in our minds like a blooming flower. Generate loving kindness thoughts, mentally repeating these phrases of loving kindness. May my mind be well. May my mind be happy. May my mind be peaceful. Be peaceful. With this peaceful mind, generate loving kindness thoughts to your body. Your body needs your loving care. Your loving kindness thoughts can heal your body. Appreciating the each and every part of the body, generate loving kindness thoughts to this body. In our body, so many organs are functioning to sustain this human life. Appreciating the support of those organs, generate loving kindness thoughts. Feel your skin. The largest organ of the body is skin. May the skin of this body be healthy, be healthy, be healed, be healed. Penetrating your body from internal side, from external side to internal side, generate loving kindness thoughts. May the muscles of this body be healthy, be healthy, be healed, be healed. May the bonds of this body be healthy, be healthy, be healed, be healed. Scan your body from the top of your head to the tips of your toes in your mind. While scanning, make a wish to this body. May this whole body, including brain, eyes, nose, ears, tongue, be healthy, be healthy, be healed. May this whole body be healthy, be healthy, be healed, be healed. Now, let us expand the loving kindness thoughts that you generated yourself for other beings. Every being likes to have happy life. Everyone likes to have peaceful life. Thinking of all the other beings, generate and expand loving kindness thoughts towards them. We can start to expand loving kindness thoughts from this meditation room. Think about the spiritual friends who are meditating with you right now in your surrounding, like a circle of waves. Radiate loving kindness thoughts and expand your loving kindness thoughts step by step, making your circle bigger and bigger in your mind. And embrace all the beings without exception. May these spiritual friends who are meditating with me right now be well, be happy, be safe, be peaceful, be peaceful. Expand your loving kindness thoughts beyond these spiritual friends to your beloved family members. Think about your beloved family members and include them to this loving kindness meditation. May my beloved family members be well, be happy, be safe, be peaceful, be peaceful. Expand your loving kindness thoughts beyond the circle of your beloved family members to your neighborhood. May my neighborhood be well, be happy, be safe, be peaceful, be peaceful. Expand your loving kindness thoughts beyond the circle of your neighborhood to neighboring cities. May all the people who are living in neighboring cities be well, be happy, be safe, be peaceful, be peaceful. Expand your loving kindness thoughts beyond the neighboring cities to neighboring countries. May all the people who are living in neighboring countries be well, be happy, be safe, be peaceful, be peaceful. Your loving kindness is boundless. Your mind is so powerful to expand loving kindness towards far away places. Include all the beings, including animals, to your loving kindness meditation. May all beings, including animals, visible and invisible, large and tiny, born and unborn, may all of them in the direction of your front, back, left, right, below, above, be well, be happy, be safe, be peaceful, be peaceful. May all beings have happy minds. May all beings have happy minds. Repeating this loving kindness phrase in your mind, generate loving kindness thoughts to every direction and rejoice the feeling of loving kindness. After expanding loving kindness thoughts to whole universe, you have a peaceful and calm mind. With this peaceful mind, observe your breath. Keep your attention in between your upper lips and nostrils and mindfully breathe in, mindfully breathe out, and try to be with the breath nowhere else. Mindfully breathe in, mindfully breathe out. Dukkapatac nidukha bhayampatac nibbhaya sokapatac sukha untuk sabbe may all those who are suffering be free from suffering. May all those who are in fear be free from fear. May all those who are in grief be free from grief. May all beings be well and happy. Gently come out of your meditation and put your palms together and place them against your chest. And take a moment to feel grateful for this opportunity to have a peaceful meditation. And also feel grateful to all the enlightened masters who transmitted this wisdom from generation to generation. And also feel grateful to anyone who supported you to practice this meditation, including these non-living things, these cushions, this bell, this device which connected you from your home to meditate. Appreciating the support that we received from everyone and everything with deep gratitude. Let us say sadhu 3 times. Sadhu, sadhu, sadhu. Okay. Some didn't you sleep? Very good. Did you see other people who didn't sleep? Okay, that's good.
Okay, dear spiritual friends, everyone saranai to all. So now, according to our program schedule, now it is called Sutta discussion. Around maybe 40 minutes, you are going to spend in a discussion on a particular discourse given by the Buddha. And also, this session will help you to help to how to study original discourse of the Buddha. Uh, so, first, we should know uh, the Buddha's original teachings. Buddha's original teachings are in which language? It's called Pali. So, this program that I am conducting is not a kind of talk, not a sermon, a traditional kind of Dhamma talk, maybe a discussion, and also because it's a study, I have to use some Pali terms, right? Because as I mentioned, that is the original language Buddha used to deliver his teachings. Now you have the only the English translation of the selected discourse, but I have, or some people, maybe some of you have the Pali one as well, the original Pali version. I wanted to print it, but there are few more people. Just that's enough for you. Just only the translation, but the essential words that most needed, we can select from original discourse and uh, discuss. First, what is the purpose? Why we want to study a particular discourse? You always what you are doing is you listen to some talks given by a monk or a Buddhist teacher. That is how you used to know about Buddhism, know about the teachings of the Buddha. That is, or otherwise you are reading books. What the purpose? Very simply, we know that to absorb some things from the teachings of the Buddha. The two things there, mainly the first actually what we do is we enrich our knowledge. We have a good knowledge, we can have good knowledge about the Buddhism as facts. Facts, we know many things. Actually, even yesterday when we have same kind of program in Ohio Temple, I had a session for kids. That was about learning about the Buddha and learning from the Buddha. Then what I asked them, what do you know about Buddha? Any kind of qualities, good virtues. So now, even for us, we know who the Buddha is and what kind of qualities Buddha had. We know them. Then that is learning about the Buddha. Then learning from the Buddha, what we have learned from him, from his life, from what he did to our life. To some extent, not to 100%, to some extent, we can have those kind of things, some qualities to our life to apply it into our empirical life. That is what we need, not to 100% at time, as I mentioned. So then, actually, they were honest as kids. They said that, oh, this kind of qualities I have not, maybe 1%, 5%, something like that. Likewise, for instance, loving kindness. I think maybe now you have done that meditation. Loving kindness, compassion, or mindfulness, so many things. So like that, when you go to the teachings of the Buddha, we read, we listen, we are educated in as a subject, uh, as a science, as a philosophy, as a religion. We we know so many facts. Now, one thing, when we go to study a particular original source, original discourse, I think first what we do is we collect some facts. We collect some facts. So that is the one thing. The first thing that we should do when we are in this kind of practice, we should listen. Those days they don't have enough sources to read, so the only thing that they had to absorb data was just to listen. Listening. Then now we have listening, reading, and so many other visual sources also to collect data. Then collecting those data, what you have to do, the next part is, it is yours, should be done by yourself. That is to think. Hmm. Think yourself, criticize yourself, investigate by yourself. Then, actually, there are four stages. The first one is collecting data. That is just like a research. Then the second stage is, yes, what he has said. What is this about this sutra? What kind of things? How we can? Why Buddha said these things? How he revealed these things? We have to think. Third one is you have to apply them. Thinking, you can apply them in particular moment, particular situation into your life, and experiment. Do an experiment. How far I can? That is the correct and real way to make it yourself, right? In any occasion, maybe for instance, mindfulness or be patient, resilience, or some kind of things. Then fourth stage is called wisdom. By practicing, by applying, you yourself make a processing by yourself. You make one thing belongs to yourself, that is based on wisdom. That's the fourth stage. Okay. Now this is a very, very short discourse I selected because we don't have enough time to talk to take up some long discourse for discussion. Uh, in among sutras, we use the term sutra for discourse. You know, there are the Buddhist teachings are categorized mainly into three categories. We call three baskets. Uh, we call it in Pali Vinaya, Sutra, and Abhidharma, or the basket of disciplinary codes. The first one, mainly related to monks and nuns. Second one is called the Sutra Pitaka, or the discourses. Quite often you are listening to the talks or reading based on this category, Sutra or discourses. And third one is called Abhidhamma, higher teaching, some collected as something like a summary of some deep doctrines. So Sutra, the second part, discourses are the very important thing, because you always, quite often you are utilizing this kind of these sutras, discourses from that second category. This one, again, the category of the discourses again divided into five subdivisions, not actually sub, but again five main divisions. This one comes in the fourth one. We call it Sangyukta Nikaya in Pali language, but it's translated in linked or something like compact discourses. There are more than 9,000 discourses in that category. This is one of them, very short one. So let's go to the translation. Then you can have an idea about the discourse, and then we can go to our discussion. Can anyone read for me? Okay.
The drum peg. The drum peg. At Savatthi, once upon a time,
Mendicants
mendicants and
Dasara, that's a Pali word.
Dasaras had a clay drum called the commander. Each time the commander splits, they repaired it by inserting another peg. But there came a time when the clay drum commander's original wooden rim disappeared and only a mass of pegs remained. In the same way, in a future
Time.
there will be
Mendicants.
mendicants who won't want to listen when discourses spoken by the realized one, deep, profound, translated, deal, dealing with emptiness, are being recited. They won't actively listen or try to understand, nor will they think those teachings are worth learning and memorizing. But when the discourses composed by
Poets.
poetry with fancy words and phrases, composed by outsiders or spoken by disciples, are being recited, they will want to listen. They'll actively listen and try to understand, and they'll think those teachings are worth learning and memorizing. And that's how the discourses spoken by the realized one, deep, profound, transcendent,
Transcendent.
transcendent, dealing with emptiness will disappear. So you should train like this. When discourses are spoken by the realized one, deep, profound, transcendent, dealing with emptiness, or being recited, we will want to listen. We will actively listen and try to understand, and we will think those teachings are worth learning and memorizing. That's how you should train.
Thank you. Thank you, Chanda. It's deep and profound, actually. Yeah, you did good job. Thank you. Okay. So now you have an idea about this discourse. It's a very, very short discourse. What do you think about this? Hmm? After Buddha delivered, maybe in the mid of his age, in the Buddha's age, I think he delivered this discourse after he have delivered the main teachings, the key teachings of Buddhism. Likewise, the first discourse was what you call Dhammachakra, the wheel of Dhamma wheel. That the first discourse where Buddha revealed what he realized, the Four Noble Truths and Eightfold Path. That's the first, with the very first and first and foremost discourse of the Buddha. After that, several other discourses Buddha delivered. So this may be in the middle. After he did his job, what happened in the future is like a prediction. The deep, profound, transcendent teachings. What happened to these teachings in the future? In the future means yes.
People pass them on.
Yeah. People. Okay. Anyway, now I think this is not what Buddha. This time, this period is not that time has not come yet, but we see some kind of signs of this period what Buddha predicted. So even now we don't want to look at others. Let's think about ourselves, right? Here Buddha very clearly explain what is the mind of an ordinary person. When you are listening to when you are listening to a talk, maybe the Dhamma talk, Sometimes you feel bored, or sometimes you feel even sleepy, some drowsiness, or expecting when this is going to end. Why? Maybe because of depend on the speaker. Another thing, the facts. The facts. If you are not interested, those facts, then you feel not to listen. But here Buddha used four words, four adjectives to what people are mostly interested to listen. These are all made by poets, poetry with fancy words and phrases composed by outsiders or spoken by disciples. Actually, not four, there are six. There are six words Buddha used. In Pali, I should go to Pali version. Buddha used these words. Kavi Kavi kata kaveya chittakara chitte vyanjana bahiraka savaka basita. These are the six words Buddha used for what you are not you, sorry. Some people be interested to listen, right? No fun. As in the beginning of the program, Bante Pema said that when he explained about 8 precepts, you have to restrain from having fun because you have observed 8 precepts, right? But our mind, the tendency is that even from a Dhamma talk, we like to have some kind of entertaining, a gratification.
It seems like this course really represents the struggle of the human condition.
Yes.
It's something that's, our ultimate goal is to attain enlightenment. But these fancy words won't get us there.
Mm. Yeah, actually, so we hope. Sometimes we hope that we like to have entertaining. Sometimes we have. Most of the time, we have that entertaining, enjoying the happiness is temporary period of time, right? Even for this kind of spiritual practice, sometimes our mind wants that kind of happiness, fun. Anyway, when the deep, profound, transcendent teachings are in a sermon, we feel somewhat bored or lazy, not to listen, no any kind of encouragement to listen to them. And also then, if you are not listening, how we can take it into our practice, right? So this is kind of Buddha's prediction. Then what is the Dhamma matter in this discourse? What is the Dhamma, what is the Dhamma matter? I want to know, ask from you to take it into our discussion. Any matter related to the Dhamma, teaching of the Buddha? As I highlighted there, the deep, profound, transcendent, and dealing with emptiness. What I want to quote from this sutra is this one. In Pali it says, Tathagata Basita Gambira Gambiratta Lokuttara Sunyata Patisanyutta. Sunyata Patisanyutta, that is the word Buddha used to denote dealing with emptiness. The real Dhamma Buddha delivered about suffering, about the reality of the life, maybe dependent origination, eightfold path. As facts, it's okay to have a discussion. Yes, we know the eightfold path as facts from 1 to 8. Dependent origination, 12-fold from as facts. We know those 12 facts. But how we understand, realize in real life, how we apply them, that is the challenge. So what I want to talk in this discourse, this one, the sunyata, what we call sunya in Sanskrit, sunya Pali, this called in dealing with emptiness. Very deep doctrine. I think for me, I'm not rich enough. My knowledge or my experience not rich enough to talk a wide discussion on this one. It's a very deep and subtle concept. But anyway, let's take a try to understand what is this meaning of this word sunya, and also from where in our life we can at least to understand any point in our day-to-day life, right? Emptiness, what we call voidness also, right? Do you think the world, your life is empty? No, it's not empty. How we say that it's empty? It's not empty. If so, what kind of emptiness here Buddha discuss?
Things lack inherent existence.
Mhm.
Everything has no inherent existence.
Mhm.
Constant change.
Yeah. Yes. The inherent existence, constant change. We cannot experience these things in our real life, where we can exactly really feel them. We really know, yes, this is constant changing. This is we cannot with our naked eye or with our wisdom, we cannot really feel them. So here, what Buddha says as a principle, what Buddha says that this emptiness is not about all these things. If one say everything is empty, the world is empty, it will be a lie. How we can accept these things, right? No, what Buddha says, this is the deep, profound teaching related to all other teachings like Four Noble Truths, Dependent Origination, and everything. All the key teachings, like a center point. We cannot discuss Eightfold Path separately and also Dependent Origination separately or some other teachings separately. All together, they are linked to each other. So emptiness. Here, what Buddha talk is, we think, right? We think our life is full, it's filled, no empty. Then we have to interpret what our life is. Our life, how we have built our life. What is really my life is. My life, yes. First we can think what is who is myself. This is myself, my body, my mind, my life. How we come that kind of conclusion about myself through our five sensory organs, including the six faculty. We call them six sensory faculties. Beyond these six sensory faculties, do anyone have any other extra sensory organ? No, only these six. We call them internal sensory faculties. Six internal sensory faculties. What are they? Eyes, ears, nose, tongue, and we call body and mind. Then we have other external sensory objects. Six. What are they? For eye, there are visual forms, sounds, smell, taste, and tangible things. And for mind, we call phenomena or some dhamma. We use the term. Oh, there are 12. If I say that is your world, what do you think? Other than these, other than these 12, do you have anything else? Maybe that is also related to these six. What else do you have? Vinyana. Yes. That is equal consciousness. That is also consciousness of eye, consciousness of ear, consciousness of other sensory faculties. There are also other six. That's it. That's it to everyone else in the world. No more other extra sensory faculty, extra sensory external object or consciousness. That's it. Then where is empty? Where is empty? We don't feel anywhere is empty. Anywhere is filled. That is how we think, we consider as a as we maintain an ordinary mind. That is how we feel. But what Buddha said, should our mind, how our mind should train is, there is a gap between our internal sensory faculty and external sensory organ, where you are trying to build a stable link. And also you feel, yes, there is a stable link between my sensory organ and other external sensory object. What Buddha wanted to show us, teach us, is there is something empty, although we feel it's filled. For instance, now we have to take this teaching into our empirical life. What this monk is saying, what Buddha said, how we can feel really in this empty in between our sensory faculty and physical object outside. It's very subtle. This is deep. This is profound. This is transcendent. This is really dealing with the emptiness. That is why you feel lazy now. You will have a break after this, okay? Because in the program schedule, there's not a break. So you can have a break. Maybe after this session, you will take another meditation. So anyway, you have a break, and also after you can go back to your home. But take this in your keep this in your mind. Bring this to your home. Take this into your life. A few minutes to explain this. Okay, now I am saying there's something empty in between your sensory organ and sensory object outside. Now I am not taking all the six faculties, just only eye. Okay, eye and visual forms. Between your eye and the physical forms as external physical sensory organ outside, whatever you see, you don't feel any emptiness in between your sensory organ and that object. With the vijnana, or what we call the consciousness, then you are making, you are building, you are creating a link. Whatever you see as a flower or the color, anything, you are making that. If it is pleasurable, you may be happy. If it is neutral, you may be neutral. If it is not good, you feel unhappy. That is how you, so far in this samsara, you have created your life everywhere. Same to other faculties, other sensory faculties, same thing. Then the challenge or the problem is here, internal sensory faculty is with us as a one surface. External sensory object is somewhere else. Whatever you see, whatever you smell, whatever you feel, in between these two surfaces, your happiness, You have kept your happiness. Don't you think so? Where is your happiness? Where is your peace? In your real life, how you enjoy your life? What is your happiness? You can say happiness is in my mind, right? It's with me. But really, what is your happiness? Go to your real life. When you see one of your beloved one, when you receive something that you were expecting for a long time, what happened to your mind? You become happy. That is true. When somebody else call you, a telephone call, just you hear the sound of that person and you recognize, oh, this is maybe the very, very beloved one. You become happy. The happiness brings through your ears, through your eyes, right? Don't you think so? And when you go to mind, again, when you are even sleeping on the bed, those memories as signs, as perceptions, they are recreating that happiness. Don't you think so? The person left, the sound disappeared, everything now gone. But you are recreating that experience in your mind as a mental object, mind and mental object, right? Then the problem is not all the time we cannot be happy. All the time are you happy? No. That is dukkha. That is dukkha, suffering. Underneath happiness, although we are enjoying, although we are singing, dancing, and so many things, we are entertaining, underneath that there is dukkha. I'm not going to use suffering, the term suffering. I'm using the original term dukkha. Underneath that is dukkha. Dukkha is there. Why I'm saying like that? But sometimes you feel, yes, no dukkha, no suffering. We have a temporary gratification, temporary happiness we feel, but not all the time. There are fluctuations. It's like this. To end this session, I'll show like this. As I mentioned, your internal sensory faculty as a surface in this way, and other your external sensory object where you have kept your happiness and everything is in other side. In between, you are building a stable link of happiness. You are struggling. You are struggling, including myself. We are struggling to maintain a stable link between these two unstable surfaces. What is unstable? My mind, my internal organs, unstable. The external sensory object outside is stable, it's permanent. No, it's also unstable. The two surfaces are unstable. In between unstable two surfaces, we are struggling to build a stable link. Can we do that? What happened? It's just like this microphone. Suppose this may be our link that we are going to make, we are going to build. This is your sensory organ, internal sensory organs. This is the external sensory object. Now, this is the link maybe happiness or anything that depend where you are depend on, even maybe mind or mental object, eye or visual object. Okay, right. Then what happened? This is unstable. This is also unstable. It's rotating, moving, so something like this. What happened to the microphone? Same thing happened to our happiness. Not stable. But sometimes it when it's a fluctuation, something like it's some in some temporary time of period we see it's stable, but sometimes other goes up, other side goes down. This is the nature of our happiness. That is where empty. Although we think that it's filled, permanent, that is where that constant changing happening. That is what Buddha said. So this I want to use this example where we can catch this in our real life to know about that. Okay, right. That is why we are learning these sutras, discourses. Not all the time funny stories we cannot listen. That there are some stories and so many things some we can enjoy from the teachings of the Buddha. But when we go to the deep teachings of the Buddha, it's not any kind of entertaining that what we expect, that we used to have kind of fun, right? So that is about this sutra. There's a nice simile in the very beginning. In the beginning of the discourse, Buddha used a nice simile about a drum peg. That is the simile Buddha used. Uh, they have a government administered by 10, 10 how to say, ministers. So they were the rulers. So they had a very important drum, a very big, expensive drum. Uh, so they used to play that drum not all the time, every day, in a particular special day, maybe once a year, a very big one. So when they play that drum, the sound goes very far. The people gather like it's a festival. It's like a festival. People gather to listen to dance and something like that. That is how they used as a tradition. So then, when time passed, that uh, tradition to tradition, or maybe something like from people to people, that drum passed after a long time, maybe a few centuries back. One crowd of the ruler, they received that drum as a custom, as a tradition. They also used to play this drum once a year, but because now it's old, getting old, the drum, it was splitted. Then they to fix it, they use the peg. Then all the other people would had to do the same. Eventually, what happened? It was full of pegs. Then the very beginning when that original drum was playing, the sound was very soothing, very beautiful, very nice sound, and also very far away spread. The people who are from far, they even can listen the sound. But later, what happened when that splitted and fixing with pegs? The sound was not the original sound. It was not soothing and nice as they did earlier. It just only limited to particular room sometimes. That is the simile Buddha used. In the very beginning, when Buddha's teachings are delivered, people listen. They make the effort to understand. The Buddha used a few words: listen, understand, and think those teachings are worth learning and memorizing. That is the same thing, like what happened to the drum, the Dhamma, what happened to the real Dhamma. So this is not that time. We are lucky. You have the pure original teachings. You have the speakers like monks as teachers. You have many sources, but maybe if few centuries back, these kind of things may happen. So what we should do is that we are so fortunate to have the Dhamma. We are so fortunate to have a human life, and also we are so fortunate to have to be wise, right? So now we have to take this opportunity to use this Dhamma, practice this Dhamma, and to take a step forward in our spiritual path. Okay, thank you. So do you have any questions? No questions. Something to do, right? We have to do something. Okay, now Bante Pema will come to do some meditation. After that, you will have a break. So you can bring, you can take this copy with you, or you can find the original source from internet. Go through and find out more detail in this sutra, and take it yourself, apply it to your life. That is my advice. Thank you, everyone. Everyone, Saranai.
So we will do a short meditation, but it's a different kind of meditation, especially on the Vesak day. We do a meditation on the Buddha, qualities of the Buddha. But before that, I would like to pay some attention to the first utterance of the Buddha after his enlightenment. Of course, when the Buddha attained enlightenment, there was no one around him except the Bodhi tree. Of course, now there are hundreds and thousands and millions of people, go to the Buddha. But when Buddha attained enlightenment, he was alone. And he had 5 friends who were really impressed and following him. But when Buddha renounced, the ascetic Siddhartha, when he renounced or let go of ascetic practices, extreme forms of ascetic practices, his 5 friends who was around him and supporting him got really disappointed. They thought that, oh, Buddha has given up the ascetic practices, so they have no idea of middle path. So they thought that Buddha, like ascetic, Siddhartha returned to the luxury. They all left the Buddha. So Buddha was by himself, but the Buddha experimented with this new path, the middle path, and then by the time when he was enlightened, there was no one, just by himself. And of course, just before he attained enlightenment, now, we have to think about what is at stake, because he has given up his, royal life for this, spiritual, discovery, and for many years now he has been trying, and not significant, breakthrough, right? And can he return without having any success? Or he has sacrificed a lot, his family, and many things. But he knew that when he started like practice the middle path, taking care of the body, using the body as a tool, as a support to develop the mind, and he was able to reach different higher levels of meditation, and at the same time develop this insight, discernments, deep realization that will still retain in him even after he come out of the meditation. So then even as normal life, he can respond to things without being that much influenced by them. So he was moving towards that. So he realized that actually towards that, close to the full moon day, that now it's like very close by. I just had to put a little bit more effort to break through this, wheel of ignorance. I really had to, and then that is why, he actually, so he actually took his ball and has this kind of meal, and his body was recovered, his body was normal, and then he actually let the he actually put the ball in the river because now he cannot return. He cannot return to the palace. He put the ball into the river. Of course, traditionally we say that he had made the prediction, if my enlightenment is something that achievable, possible right now, may the ball flow against the current. But whatever the way that it flowed, whether we don't know whether traditionally is that it flowed against the current. But anyway, he has let go of the ball. By then, no ball. He has no idea to eat. Not as a practice of asceticism, but because now he had to really break through. There's no way out. And then he sat down under that tree. This is my last effort. Whether my skin is dried up, whether my flesh is dried up, whether my veins are dried up, I'm not going to stand up from this place unless I attain this breakthrough. So he sat down under that tree with that strong determination. And he sat down, I will not stand up from this place unless I have, because he felt that it's very it's very close by. He really, if he put a lot of effort, he can do it. So sometime in our life, we had to, in order to achieve our goals, we had to like put whole of ourselves, and then make that determination. So then he continued to, follow the, the breath, and then achieve the jhana, the first jhana, second jhana, third jhana, deep levels of tranquility, stillness, and his mind became such a still, place. Of course, later he has this, explain exactly how he went to different stages of consciousness to attain this breakthrough. Once he achieved the fourth jhana, the extremely peaceful, stilled state of the mind, then he was able to really see exactly what is happening here. How we produce our experience, how we, directly experience, not the knowledge, but directly experiencing the subtle mechanism, happening here. What you call mind is not even the mind. Actually, it's a construction. It's the appearance of this process through this combination of the support from the body and our mental images that we have constructed. But he had that breakthrough, and then he was able to uh, really break the wheel of ignorance. We are blind to what is really happening within us. We are blind to the very process of the experience. We only experience things, but we don't really see the very construction of the experience. So he was able to really see that and understood actually what is happening within us, and there's no permanent agent or experience or I or ego here. It is constantly constructing, reconstructing, reproducing every time. That's a constant process of reproduction of the notion of I and me. In addition to that production, there's nothing and nothing, no entity or nothing, whatever happening here. And he also realized, how we experience the world we experience, normally, and then we're able to, we're able to understand the Four Noble Truths, the real nature of the dissatisfaction, dukkha, and what's causing it in our wanting, our craving, and then how we can get rid of that craving through removing the ignorance, and then what is the path to achieve that. So then he had that deep realization. So after that, he had that deep realization, and then finally he got what he was aiming for, and he knew what problem he want to solve. He knew what's the problem he want to solve, and then once he achieved that level, he had such a joyful utterance. He just uttered that udana, joyful utterance, and there was no one around him to listen to that at that time. But later he revealed to the monks that this is what came to my mind after I got this realization. This is what came to my mind, and we are going to read that. Okay. So let's read in Pali first, and then we will read the translation. Okay, can we together chant the first utterance of the Buddha, the first utterance of joy? Anika jati sangsarang sandha visang anibisang gahakarakang gavi santo dukkha jati punapunang gahakaraka dittosi Punage hang kahasi Sambate phasukha bhanga Gahakutang visankitang Visankhara gatang chitang Tanhanang kaya majjaga. Okay, please read the meaning. I have both in Sinhala and Pali, so take your time to read the meaning. Okay. Any questions from that? Does it make sense? Definitely, I mean, the way he expressed his joy is such a poetic expression, right? And I mean, he doesn't say that, okay, I got this, I realized the phone number truth. He didn't say that, he just expressed within his kind of imagery, right? I was looking for this house builder, right? I have been traveling, long, looking for, but not finding this house builder. And today I got him. Right? And that was what we're saying. So let me read for the benefit of online participant. Through many births I wandered in samsara, seeking but not finding the builder of this house. Painful is repeated existence. House builder you are seeing now. You shall build no house again. Your rafters are broken. Your ridge pole is shattered. The mind has reached the unconditioned. Achieves is the end of craving. So he used this poetic expression that I was looking for this house builder. What is the house? What do you mean by the house? Yes. What do you mean by the house is the self. So I was looking for who is building this self, who is making this self, who is making this, and who is creating this self. And he was looking and looking, but not finding. So he was looking for the house builder. The house here means the self. In deep analysis, what we mean by the self is the five aggregates, five processes occurring within us in our physical process, our body, our physical organism, and our sensations, and we call vedanas, and then our perception or our cognition, our memory, we call sanya, and then all our habitual patterns, our tendencies, our inclination, dispositions, what we call sankhara, and then our basic consciousness, vijnana. And all these five processes are what we normally call self. But for ordinary person, we just feel like self, me and I. Of course, through the Buddha's analysis, he realized that actually what you call I is actually these five processes working together in a very rapid manner and giving this idea of a being, idea of I and me. So he was looking for this house builder. And he said that he found him today. So can you guess who is the house builder? Oh, good. You found it, right? Yes, and because only at the end you get the indication that, tanhanang kaya majjaka. and it is the craving that construct this I think when you think about craving, also if we use the very subtle form of craving is need, need and want, and then it can develop into higher extreme forms of desires and become craving. But one thing we need to realize, actually, the whole process of evolution, usually evolutionary science would say that our evolution is driven by the environment, right? And then environment will decide the color, the shapes, even the organs, so our the creatures will adapt to the environment. So the very process of adaptation will make different features appear in us, right? That's how we understand different beings and different species. But I think need or the desire or wanting of the creature play a very important part in the process of evolution. It's not only we are responding to the environment. Whenever we have a need, we will make it. Uh, if you have a particular need, when the need is strong, it will produce an organ to express that need. So in the process of evolution, need is not recognized in ordinary science. But when we Buddha said that craving is the house builder, when you have this craving and with this need to like maintain the I, it produces such reality. And even in normal sense, that need produces reality. I heard that in England, when they closed down coal mines, and some people have actually thrown cats to those mines deep in the dark, dark inside the mines, and so in the depth of the mines they have no light, so there's no need to see, but instead they were using other senses to live. So later they discover, if of many years later they found out actually there's cats living in these mines. When they found out, what happened, their ears are larger than the ear of the normal cats, and they don't have eyesight in their next generations, because they were living through their ear, and sound was the main way that they communicate and they sense the world. But because now they can't say anything because there's no light, so they put all their energy to their ear. So as a result, you grow ear more than what normal is. You can see how the need, the craving, the want, desire actually changes the body. So that's a simple example for us to understand how the need, the desire, craving can be an important factor in producing reality, in making who we are. Because we crave to see visual forms, we have eyes. We crave to taste things, we have tongue. We crave to listen to the ear, we have ears. And when you are in the mother's womb, your craving for those things will produce these sensory organs. And if you have another need, there'll be another organ. I don't know, in this new culture with this digital environment, we may produce a new need, right? I don't know. If that need is strong, it will produce a new organ, in us. So things are not fixed. Nothing is fixed. It's changing, it's moving. And our need play a very important role in that. But anyway, so here Buddha is saying that the builder of this house is craving. The craving can be manifested in three ways. One is craving for sensual pleasure, sensual indulgence. We always want something to gratify our senses. And the other one is craving for maintaining self identity, craving for maintenance of self. Once you believe in it, we want to maintain it, we want to protect it, we want to defend it, we want to maintain it as long as we can. But there can also be a more perverted expression of craving, that is craving to destroy self. It's also a form of craving, because you dislike yourself so much, but you still believe in yourself. That is why you don't like it. and then you want to destroy it because you like the otherwise. But anyway, so this craving is the house builder. Without our knowing, this craving for self, maintaining of the self identity, keep producing this, house. This, aggregates, reproducing it, reproducing. Even when we die, we are not ready to let go. We still want to continue in some form or other, because by the time of death, you don't feel like, oh, I have lived enough. Maybe you say it, but not in your heart. you know. Maybe you would like to have a new body, not the old body. But anyway, this craving pushes us, to different words also. But here, Buddha said that, and he has achieved the end of the craving. So I think his joy here is one is mind is reached the unconditioned. This constant, process of reproducing ourselves. You keep producing self again and again, again, again. We do it all the time. In different contexts, we have to present yourself, we have to produce yourself, right? When we're in this environment, you construct yourself based on this people around you, right? When you're at home, you have a whole complete self, right? When you're with your pets, you have another self. When you are in your work, you have another self. When you're on the road, you have another self. So we keep, producing this self again and again, 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 right? We keep doing it, Um, and if you really look into closely, that is not pleasant. It's not comfortable. It's a tiring process to construct and produce present self all the time, but we do it. So when Buddha said that my mind has reached the unconditioned, means he make his mind unconditioned, means unconstructed. That he has reached the point to the level that he doesn't feel needing to construct self anymore. So visankaragata. The mind has reached the point that you don't construct, you don't form, you don't condition anything. It's unconditioned state of the mind. And then achieves the end of the craving, means that you come to a point that you don't feel like you want anything, like fulfilled, contented, complete. That's all, right? Doesn't matter whatever happens, is already in the state of full contentment. Yeah. The craving has gone to the end. So this is, basically he's, expressing his joy, his, peace, and his discovery. He was, his, his discernment, his wisdom to find out the secret of our existence. And then, of course, later he shared with everyone else. So, so one time actually Buddha has said that this is almost like a ignorance. Sometimes the ignorance, avijja. Actually, avijja is ignorance, but at the same time, it's blindness. Like blindness to what is really happening within us. And sometimes he compared this blindness to an eggshell. So we kind of covered with the eggshell, so therefore we don't see beyond that. And we are blind to what is happening inside, therefore we don't see that, we only see outside. We only see other things, we see our response, and this side we don't see it, like an eggshell. And Buddha said that, in a population immersed in ignorance, become like an egg, completely enveloped. I have pierced the eggshell of ignorance, and I have awakened to the unsurpassed perfect enlightenment and penetrating the eggshell of ignorance. In a way, so just to understand what we really mean by the awakened one, Buddha. So of course now we can talk about these things because he has given his teaching, and so we can learn from his teaching and at least intellectually talk about it. Otherwise, it's very difficult for ordinary being to all of us are in the same boat, right? And imagine that one of us somehow come out from this trap. Like every one of us in the same trap, like the same eggshell, only seeing, what is, available to us, but not seeing the background story. And so one of us just penetrate, it's just like, remember that story of the, starfish, starfish. Have you heard the story of the starfish? And there was a colony of starfish, they were like, in the sea, and they were looking for a very safe place. So they were under in like a dark place. They found a nice rock. So under the rock, they find their nice, a safe place. So they were holding into that rock, very dark place. And because they feel like that's safe for them. So they were holding into that rock, don't like to go anywhere, no matter how dark it is, no matter how gloomy it is, but this is the place to be safe. So they were hanging over there, holding that rock. And I came with this story. So there was one day there was a strong current of water. One starfish happened to, hit this, this water wave hit one starfish. He happened to washed away from that, rock, and came all the way to the surface. At the beginning, he was so frightened, afraid, but when he's washed away to the surface, and look at this beautiful sky, this so beautiful sky, and he said, "Wow, this is the life. This is the way to be. This vast, limitless sky." But he was thinking that that place, dark place that he can hold into, that is the most safest place and nice place to be. So once he experienced this really wide, spacious sky, he was so happy, enjoying, and he went back. Went back and told all other staff, "Hey, let go of this place. Let's go. There's a vast sky, beautiful sky over there." But nobody listened. Nobody believed him, because all these other starfish feel very secure in that place because they want to attach to that. They were holding into that rock. Nobody believed him that they want, they will have a nice place to be. So, someone becoming enlightened like the Buddha is something like that. We were all holding into, whatever, our body, our memory, our whatever, our emotions, and we were holding so much into, and then we feel that this is me, I want to protect this is me, and holding into that place, no matter how how hard, and how fragile, how painful it is, we just want to hold because we don't know any other refuge. And someone to become enlightened is such a rare thing, because just one of us, it's not like coming outside. The Buddha was not someone came from a different world. He was one of the sentient beings. Of course, he has been practicing for this for some time. So when he was born, he was already had some progress in his practice. Because just one lifetime is not enough to make this, breakthrough. You need, more practice. But just imagine that one of us will somehow come out, from that,
Like a big fish will come and eat that one went to the surface.
Yes, that's the thing. Yeah, but
Whereas many people come with different idea, but they suppress, kept down.
Yeah, because of the
They
fear.
stand at the rock.
Yeah, but I think, of course, this is a simile. But maybe for that starfish who actually enjoy the sky and everything, he don't mind. He doesn't mind whether he was eaten by anyone or washed away. He doesn't mind. He has experienced the fullest. He doesn't
And he
mind.
die happy.
Yes, yeah. Anyway, it's going to die, right? Whether he was eaten by a fish or not, it's going to die, right? But how good if he can experience the sky before he die, right? If he's eaten by a fish, even though he's in the dark place, still, they will get them and eat. Yes. So so sometime, have you watched that movie called Matrix? I think they have learned quite a bit of Buddhism. It's not exactly the same, but we've all kind of in this dream state, right? Becoming awakened is actually going beyond that dream state, going beyond that limited understanding. So we all kind of trapped in a way. And even our brain is actually not designed to reveal the truth to us. Yes.
And Bante, that the eggshell metaphor is so beautiful because, once we crack an egg, we can't pack it back.
Exactly.
It's
Yeah.
not possible.
As possible. You already tried. Once you become enlightened, you cannot go back. Exactly. Yeah. Yes. And that's what. So, if that is why it's so rare for enlightened beings to arise in this world, it's not. You have to go against the current. Even actually, we have to work against your own brain. It's going beyond the brain actually. So we have to completely rewire your brain, and that is what we are doing. When we are meditating, actually, we are kind of rewiring. Because our brain is wired to to keep us safe. It's good to keep us safe, definitely, but it also prevent us from growing. Our brain is very good to help us to survive all the threats and troubles, but it's not really helping us to thrive. Like, go beyond. Yeah. Sometimes we have to be vulnerable to experience what is beyond. Okay, so with that, I was supposed to do a meditation, but I think, but this realization is important. So we will do a short meditation because at 3:30 we have a actually question time. Maybe what we can do, we are supposed to have a tea break. So at 3:30. Now is no, actually 3 o'clock. Do you mind meditating now, or have a drink and come back and do the meditation and then do the conclusion? Okay. Okay. Okay, let's do a short meditation. This should not be long. So today, what we are going to do is actually meditation on the Buddha. We just had some, some understanding what was real the meaning of the term Buddha. So we are going to contemplate on that quality. So one is, his realization. So I'm going to focus on two qualities. One is his deep realization, his wisdom. The other one is resultant purity. Because once you truly have this wisdom, all the cravings, all the defilements, all selfish, desires, craving, jealousy, all kind of things will disappear. And the mind of the Buddha is completely dispassionate, completely pure, because there's no it's like a complete white piece of cloth with not any tiny dots, because there's no base for selfish desire or selfish defilements to stay, because he has already broken the rich pole. Yeah. And there's no place for the defilements to rest. So we will focus on these two qualities. But when you chant the Itipiso Bhagavarahang, we reflect 9 different qualities of the Buddha. But in this meditation, we focus on, yes, 2 qualities. So I will guide you. In the middle, I will sing. I will also chant some, single verses just to help you to settle in this quality. So adjust your body, and we will do this meditation on the Buddha. We call Buddhanusati, recollections of the Buddha. Adjust your body. Let us keep our chin straight and take few long deep in-breaths just to settle your body to meditation mood. Gently taking a longer breath, allowing more air to come to your lungs and releasing it gently, relaxing the whole body, dropping your belly, dropping your chest. Take 2 more such long breaths and allow the whole body to relax, all the muscles to loosen up. With this relaxed body, let us focus on the enlightened quality of the Buddha. This is the highest spiritual evolution of our mind. That is the highest that any mind can go. The complete realization, wisdom, and then also resultant purity, and then resultant compassion. Let us focus on the greatness of the Buddha, how a human mind can evolve into such a highest level in terms of insightful understanding, in terms of that purity and compassion. Although the Buddha was an ordinary human being in his body, his mind reached the highest possible level of evolution, complete understanding, complete freedom, complete compassion. Let us keep focusing our mind on that wholesome, highest qualities of the Buddha. This is a potential that every one of us is having. The Buddha manifested that quality and helped many others to manifest the same. But we all have the same potential within ourselves. The Buddha, the great spiritual teacher, realized by himself the Four Noble Truths of suffering. He eradicated the cause of suffering by himself. He attained the cessation of suffering by himself. He expounded the middle path to achieve this realization for anyone else. He penetrated to the deep reality of our existence. He penetrated to the ignorance and pierced the shell egg of ignorance. Samma Sambuddho, perfectly self-enlightened. Samma Sambuddho, perfectly self-enlightened. Samma Sambuddho, Samma Sambuddho, Samma Sambuddho, Samma Sambuddho. The Supreme Buddha, the great teacher, eradicated all the passion, and he eradicated all forms of anger. He was free from all defilements. He reached the ultimate purity of mind. He was dispassionate and completely free from all defilements. Arahang, Arahang, Arahang. Keep contemplating this great wisdom, the penetration, insight of the Buddha. And keep concentrating on the purity, the freedom that Buddha achieved in his mind. Be inspired by these great heights he achieved in his life. Samma Sambuddho, the perfectly self-enlightened one. Samma Sambuddho, the perfectly self-enlightened one. Samma Sambuddho, the perfectly self-enlightened one. Arahang, complete purity and freedom of the mind. Arahang, the complete purity and freedom of the mind. Arahang, the complete purity and the freedom of the mind. Continue to move from one quality to other. Just fill your mind with these wholesome recollections. Ragadesha mohanumeti sitakin yutuvanni sil samadhi gunanuvaneti nivan soya danni Tung lova vandu man lebu mate nitien himi vanni arehan gun yana gunayin yutu budu himi nama dinni Sadhu sadhu mama gautama munidu sarene yanni Guru upadesam kisiwak neti Riju gamana kiyanni Perun puragina abal රැකවරණයට එන්නේ දස බල බුදු නුවණ ඇතිව තුන් ලොව ජයගන්නේ සම්මා සංබුදු ගුණ යුතු බුදු හිමි නම දින්නේ සාදු සාදු මම ගෞතම මුනිදු සරණ යන්නේ ලෝ සත විඳිනා දුක ගැන පැහැදිලි කරමින්නේ දුකෙන් මිදෙන නිවන් ලබන මග ගැන පවසන්නේ චතුරාර්ය සත්‍යය ගැන අවබෝධය දෙන්නේ බුද්ධ ගුණෙන් යුතු සංබුදු සමිඳුන් නම දින්නේ සාදු සාදු මම ගෞතම මුනිදු සරණ යන්නේ Gently put your palms together and try to repeat after me. Sadhu sadhu mama gautama Munidu sarana yanni 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 Sadhu 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 Okay, that was a different meditation, most appropriate for the Vesak day. So you can keep this card. I printed it for you, so you can carry home. And so now I can give you a short break because we are going to finish everything by 4 o'clock. So we have 15 minutes reflection and then dissolving the 8 precepts. So yeah. Now we want to start dissolving at 3:50. So we have 10 minutes to have some break, and get some drinks and come back. You want to do it now? Yeah. Or you want to do it now? So I want other monks to come and chant Pirit. Yeah. Yeah, just at least one. They may be teaching children, just one. Okay, so we will finish now. Yeah, so they can go and then have drink later. Yes, yeah, that's all. Yeah. But the way to dissolve the 8 precept is to observe the 5 precept, which you can also do. Yes, yeah. Yes, actually, it's there are more chants. It's not in Pali, but it's in Sinhala, in our mother tongue. So all these 9 virtues of the Buddha that we recite in brief, in chanting books. So for each virtue, there's a poem explaining the detailed meaning of the poem. So I just chanted 2 poems because we focus on 2 qualities. So and then I guide you to chant the last verse, last line of the verse. So the first one is, of course, we learn about the Arahant, Arahant, that is the purity, freedom of the Buddha from all defilements. So here, so it explain the same meaning, but in detail. What are the defilements he get rid of, like, a last, various forms of anger, confusion, and all these, defilements are removed in his mind, and so those are the meanings. The same quality, but detailed meaning. Yeah. But when you say it in a poetic way, it kind of, touches your heart. Yeah. Welcome. There are more poems, but we don't have time to chant. Okay, so while the other monk is coming to do the chanting, and now we can actually conclude our session by sharing merit. Today you had such a great day, starting from the morning and making commitment to live by these precepts, to maintain a very strong level of mindfulness today. We did a number of sessions of meditation, and then and learning about the teachings of the Buddha. So we spent such a fruitful time together, and by spending this day in such a wholesome way, we have generated so much good merits, good karma in our hearts, and let us share these merits with all other beings. There can be so many other beings who may in need of this kind of wisdom, this kind of teachings, this kind of compassion. Let us share our merits with all people and all beings, and wish that may they too have chance, opportunity to experience the kind of freedom, the kind of joy, kind of understanding that we are having. So let us share our merits with everyone, and we will also think about all of um, uh, our parents, our grandparents and parents and the teachers who have shown us the path. And then, so our life is here today because thanks to many sacrifice, dedication done by so many others. Sometimes we don't know how much sacrifice, dedication other people have done towards us. So whether they are with us or not, let us think about them and share our merits with all of them too. So first of all, let us think about our all departed relatives, our great ancestors, our parents, grandparents, and our great teachers, whoever have helped us, played an important role in our life. Today, on this special day, we think about them, we remember them, and we share this marriage with them all. May all of our departed relatives share this marriage. May they be benefited from this marriage. May they be well, happy, and peaceful there, wherever they may be. Chant together. Idang minyatinang hotu sukhita huntu nyatayo. Idang minyatinang hotu sukhita huntu nyatayo. Idang minyatinang hotu Sukita huntu nyateyo. Let us also share this merits with all other beings, including divine beings and any other being. May, if anyone is willing to share this kind of merits, may they do so. May all living beings, divine beings, share these merits. May they all be well, happy, and peaceful. Ettavata cha amhihi sambhatam punya sampadang sabbe deva anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya sabbe bhuta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya Sabbe satta anumodantu sabba sampatti siddhya. Now we will chant for you, wishing you all good health, peace, and happiness. Today you spend such a wholesome, fruitful day. We wish that may you be blessed with more good health to your life, and may you be blessed with strength and courage and more wisdom and mindfulness to overcome all the challenges in your life. And may you receive the blessings of the great compassion of the Buddha. May you receive the blessings of the wholesome vibration we are generating now. And by the power of these blessings, may you all be well. May you all be strong, healthy, and peaceful. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato arahato samma sambuddhassa. Namo tassa bhagavato Arahatu Samma Sambuddhassa. Mahakaruniko nato hitaya sambhapaninang puretva parami Panto sangbodhi muttamang etena sancha vajjena hotu te jaya mangalang jayanto bodhiyamule Sankyanang nandi vandano evang tuihang jayo hotu jaya sunso jaya mangala Sankatva buddharatanang osadang uttamang varang hitang deva manusana Buddha tejena sottina nasanto padva sabbe dukkha upasamintu te Sankatva dhammaratanang osadang uttamang var parila upasamanang dhamma tejena sottina nasanto padva sabbe Bhayavupasamintu te sankatva sangharatanang osadang uttamang Ahuniyang pahuniyang sanghate jena sotti nanas santu padvasab roga upasamintu te yang king tiratnang loke vijjati vividha putu Pratanam Buddha samang nanti tasma sotti bhavang te yang king tiratanang Vinjati vividha putu ratanam dhamma samang nanti tasma sotti bhavang te yang king tiratanang Vinjati vividha putu ratanang sangha samang nanti tasma sotti bhavantu te nanti me sarenang anyang buddho sarenang varang etena sanca vanjena Hotu te jaya mangalang nanti me sarenang anyang Dhammo me saranang varang etena sanca vajjena Hotu te jaya mangalang nanti me saranang Sangho me saranang varang etena sanca vajjena Hotu te jaya mangalang Sabbitiyo vivajjantu sabbaro vinasatu mate bhavatantaraय Sukhi digayuko bhavatu sabbamang Rakkantu sabba devata sabba buddhanubhavena sada sotti bhavantu te bhavatu sabba manga Rakkantu sabba devata sabba dhammanubhavena sada sotti bhavantu te bhavatu sabba manga Rakkantu sabba devata sabba sanghanubhavena tada sotti bhavantu te. Let us now observe the 5 precepts. Maybe those people who need books, we can take one book, or otherwise we can chant. Okay, let us observe the 5 precepts. Turn page number 5. Please recite Namo Tassa Bhagavato Arahato together. Recite loud. Please repeat after me. Buddhang saranang gacchami. Dhammang saranang gacchami. Sanghang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami. Dutiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi buddhang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi dhammang saranang gacchami. Tatiyampi sanghang saranang gacchami. Panatipata veramani. Sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Adinnadana veramani. Sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Kamesu miccācara veramani. Sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Musavada veramani. Sikkhapadang samadhiyami. Surameraya majjapamadatthana veramani. Sikkhapadang samadhiyami. You know the meaning. So now we disavow their precepts, so we can listen to devotional songs. And, okay, so please come to have blessing string, and I also have a special gift to appreciate your commitment today. But it is in my room; I have to bring them. So, Bante, please tie the blessing strings while I'm bringing them. Restaurant.
Okay, those who wish to get the blessing test, please come. Thank you everyone for joining the program. We are going to conclude here. Thiruvan Saranai.